Hi, in today's video we're going to be going over the Employee Self-Service Portal. You'll need a URL from your supervisor or admin. Once you browse to that URL, you can then enter in your badge number. You may have more than one number to enter in after this screen if a PIN is required. For this demonstration, we just need the one badge number here. So I enter that in and press on the green check mark, and I'm presented with my portal. I can see my name. I can see any notes or messages. I can tell that I have missing punches. I'm able to clock in, clock out. I can see what my current status is. To look for my missing punches, I can just click right here on the You Have Missing Punches, and that's going to bring up my time card and show me right where my missing punch is at. I can see right here I have a clock in at 4 a.m. but no clock out to match with that. I can give that information to my supervisor so it can be corrected in my time card. I can print this out using the print icon here if I need to submit the timesheet itself. I can select PDF or one of these and select Export to save it to my computer. To exit from this, I can just press the close. To clock in, I just press Start. With this particular user, they have the ability to choose a department if they want. Leaving this on Use Home will just leave it on my home department, and once I click OK, I can then be prompted whether or not I need a note. Not every system will require notes, and you may not see this. I can insert a note and click OK, or I can tell the system no note. I'm going to go ahead and just click OK for the note. Right now I can see I'm clocked in. My message down here tells me my punch was accepted and the date and time that it was accepted. I also have the ability to leave for lunch, return from lunch, start my break, end my break, or switch departments just by clicking any of these buttons, and it will give me the correct punch that I need or that I've requested. Over to the right, we've got different options that may or may not be on your self-service portal. It just depends on how your company is set up. In the first one here, I can click on View Schedule, and this will let me know what my schedule is throughout the week. My PTO banks balance. PTO is things like vacation, sick, personal, PTO, many different names. But it basically shows you the balances of each of the banks that your particular company may have. Moving down, I see the PTO requests. I click on this. I can see any approved, pending, or denied requests that I currently have. Since this one is pending, I could come over here and edit it, or if I decide I didn't need to leave this day, I could delete this. You'll notice on the approved, I do not have that ability. Once it's approved, if plans change, I would need to contact my supervisor to have them go in and revert the approval, and then I could come in and edit or delete it at that time. To request time off, I just click Add PTO Request. I want to choose my date. If it's going to be all day, I just leave it there and I can select 8 hours. But maybe I just need a few hours off, so I can uncheck this and I can say maybe at 1 p.m. I want to take 4 hours. I can leave a note for my supervisor. I can choose the particular bank that I want to use for this request, and if everything looks good here, I click the Generate Request. This brings it down here into a holding tank, If I need to add any additional requests, I can still do so at this time, so I don't have to do everything over and over again. Maybe this one I want all day, 8 hours. Leave a note for the supervisor, choose the particular bank I want, and select Generate Request. Everything on here looks good. At this time, I can confirm the request by clicking on this button. It tells me my data is saved successfully. I click OK, and now I can see the additional pending requests that I have. At this time, the system will send an email to my supervisor letting him know that I have requested time off. To exit from this, I just click Close. Next one down is View Timesheets. And I click on the View Timesheets, and I can see what I've worked so far in this pay period. Down below, I can see my total for the pay period. If I've got more than 1 week in my pay period, which is not the case here, I would see a week 1 and the dates, and then to the right I would see week 2 and the dates, and I can click on either to toggle back and forth and see how many hours were worked in each week. If I want to see more specifics on the time that I have listed here, I can click Print Timesheet. And like the missing punch timesheet, the same thing pops up here. I can see my individual start and stop times, the number of hours associated with it, my totals, everything that I need to see on here that's going on within my time card. Again, I can print that off with the little print icon, or I can come down and select Export to save it to my PC. To exit from the timesheet report, I just click the Close button. I'm able to go back to prior pay periods here. Clicking on this prior pay period, I can see what I've worked in here. Clicking Print Timesheet is going to list out everything I've worked for that specific pay period that we selected. Again, I can print or save it to my computer. I can choose the X to exit out of that. If these hours look good and I'm satisfied that these are correct, I click the Approve button. You may or may not have the ability to approve depending on what the company requires of you. If they do require you to approve it, then you would just click on the Approve button. You would read through the signature block and then accept it. My time card approval sent successfully. The Approval button disappears, and I can close out up here using the X. To exit the system, I click Log Off. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps.